Welcome to Spain. It's the land of the Matador, and it's an all-McLaren front row here at the Circuit de Catalunya. The revs rise, and the race is go, go, go! Everybody's off the line. There, look at Vitaly Petrov there. He's fighting with Nico Rosberg already. Both Lotus Renaults very aggressive off the line. Then look at Petrov. They're being swamped by the Toro Rossos. Is that? Their Heidfeld's being swamped. Petrov puts two wheels on the grass, and they both lose ground. But Petrov very quick to already. Look at that. Oh, and they bang wheels. Buemi and Petrov banging wheels at turn 3, and Petrov runs wide. Now he thinks about going inside Rosberg. He doesn't lose any positions. Tries to go inside Rosberg, but he thinks better of it. Now he's on the outside of Nico Rosberg. Can he do it? This will be incredible if he does, and he does. And he's inside Alonso, and he runs wide. Alonso's right out of the points. Alonso completely displaced by that move from Petrov. Fantastic stuff. And now Petrov's on the inside of Rosberg, and he loses his front wing. Nico Rosberg has lost his front wing. Through Campson Corner for the first time, turn 9. And that Lotus Renault really pushing. There, and he goes inside Massa and Schumacher and almost sideswipes Mark Webber. Very close there. So now, there he's on the inside of Felipe Massa. This is a good move here. Not really an overtaking point, but he makes it stick. Fantastic stuff. And now he's on the inside of Mark Webber. And he pushes Mark Webber wide. Now he's on the inside into the chicane. Mark Webber has the inside for the second part, and he will keep the advantage onto the start from straight. They bang wheels twice, and Massa breaks his front wing. Felipe Massa in the Ferrari has broken his front wing. And now Petrov slipstreaming the Red Bull of Mark Webber down that long straight, down the hill into turn 1, and he's made the move stick. Fantastic stuff from Vitaly Petrov. We've only just had one lap. Incredible stuff, and he's run too wide. There he slices back in front of Mark Webber there, Massa with damage to his front wing. I think it's still roughly intact, so he's going to have to pit eventually. There, and Mark Webber forcing Petrov wide at turn 4 and retakes that position. 4th place they're fighting over. And now Petrov on the inside. He's done it. Has he done it? No, he runs a little bit wide. Mark Webber back on the inside into turn 7. But Petrov puts two wheels on the grass to try and get back on the inside again. He's done it through turn 8, that 7-8 chicane, and Vitaly Petrov is back into 4th place. Fantastic stuff from the Lotus. And he's got straight on down the escape road at Campsa, which is turn 9, and Mark Webber is back in front, as is Nico Rosberg, and Petrov just slices through them, but Mark Webber holds on the inside and retakes 4th place. But now Petrov going round the outside. Incredible stuff from Vitaly Petrov in the Lotus with that blown diffuser. Absolutely unbelievable overtaking there from Vitaly Petrov. That is just unbelievable bit of overtaking. I have not seen anybody go around the outside there before that I can think of right now. Down that long start-finish straight into turn 1. Turn 1 a compromise towards turn 2. He's catching Vettel unbelievably quickly. There, Petrov is really gaining on Sebastian Vettel. Through turn 3, a very unusual line there for Petrov. Either he's suffering understeer, or that's his normal line, which is incredibly weird. And look, the gap is visibly smaller to Sebastian Vettel, who's battling the two McLarens ahead, who kept their advantage from their front row lockout in qualifying. There now, Vitaly Petrov through turn 7. Oh, and he's run wide through 7. That's really going to compromise him all the way down to turn 10, which is the next braking zone. But this is turn 9. Petrov really quick through there. He runs a bit wide. And now, and I tell you what, he's still managing to close. He's still closing on Vettel and the McLarens. They're holding each other up, and now he has a look around the outside again, but think about it, now he goes on the inside. Can he do it? No. He gives the position back. He had 4 wheels off the track, but he's clambering around all over the Red Bull. So here we go through the chicane once again, and no, he sticks behind the Red Bull of Sebastian Vettel, the reigning champion. They're in the slipstream, and that DRS opens. He puts 2 wheels on the grass to try and get through. Has he done it? They're side by side, and Petrov has done it. just about, and now he almost rear ends Lewis Hamilton. I think that is. Yes, that's Lewis Hamilton. So through turn 3, he's on the inside of the McLaren driver, but can't make it stick. And now on the inside of turn 4, no, he's gone straight on. He's outbraked himself, and he doesn't quite have the inside for turn 5. Now he does, and he goes straight on again. Every time he tries to go through, he goes straight on, and and Hamilton getting the undercut once again. They bang wheels on the way to turn 7. Turn 6 not really a corner at all. Now they're side by side through turn 7. That is incredible bravery. And Petrov is on the inside into turn 9. That's absolutely insane driving. It doesn't win him any places though, and in fact he loses one to the Red Bull, who spins off the road. Broken front wing there for the Red Bull. Yeah, I saw some front wing fly off. Yes, Sebastian Vettel has a broken front wing. He collided with Petrov and speared off the road. Petrov is still pursuing that McLaren, and through the chicane he'll have the DRS if he's intelligent about it, and he'll hang back. And has he hung back? And Hamilton's off the road! Hamilton's in the gravel! Lewis Hamilton in the gravel! Unbelievable stuff! The Hamilton just must have hit a bump or something and run very wide. Snap oversteer in the McLaren just sent him flying into the gravel, and now Petrov's run off at turn 1. He avoids the speed bumps, and he'll lose the place to Sebastian Vettel. No, he keeps it in just ahead of the German there. Now he runs a little bit wide through turn 3 as well, but no doubt that the off at turn 1 and 2 really compromised him into turn 3. But through turn 4, he's now back on his proper line. And he's pulling away from that Red Bull very, very quickly as he pursues the race leader, Jenson Button. So through turn 7, I can't quite see Button. So obviously built up a big gap. There he runs a bit wide there through Kampster, where Heikki Kovalainen had that huge crash in 2008. And there is Jenson Button. So Petrov is rapidly closing in on the Frome Flyer. So Petrov now, look at the gap now. Petrov is flying. There he almost runs straight into the back of Button and goes straight down the inside. At his first opportunity, he can't make it stick. Will he have the... Oh, he's pitting. Vitaly Petrov is pitting in the Lotus Renault. That's why he wasn't too committed to that move on Jenson Button. And so in is Vettel to change that front wing. So now, how fast are those Lotus Renault mechanics? Very fast is the answer. Now he has increased the gap to Vettel, which is critical in this race. Now Petrov is going to need a superb outlap to have any chance of overtaking Button in the stops. Now, let's see how far behind he's going. Well, he's got fairly clear air for now, but the rate he's going on the soft tyre, he'll be right in traffic by the end of the lap, if he can get these harder tyres, medium compound tyres, the primes, up to temperature. The white mark Pirelli tyres. Pirelli have really spiced up the racing this year. It's great to see. And now through turn 7 once again. They're running a bit wide. Very lucky to avoid the curb at turn 8. The stock drivers cutting turn 8. They're running wide through turn 9 as well. Camps the corner. He's got his teammate Nick Heidfeld ahead, and he goes straight inside and they bang wheels. But Petrov retakes that position from Nick Heidfeld. And he's got Felipe Massa ahead of him. They've already collided once. Will they collide again? Or will Massa peel into the pits? I don't think he's pitted. No, he hasn't. He's still got the front wing damage. And Massa pits. Now Petrov must have a good exit here. Does he have the DRS from Felipe Massa? Yes, he does. And that can only help. There's Button at the exit of the pits. And Petrov leads the Grand Prix. Petrov leads the Spanish Grand Prix. He's jumped Jenson Button in the pit stops. So now through turn 3, a small luck up as Petrov now has a chance to win his first Grand Prix. and the first for the Enstone team. And he's off at turn 4. Vitaly Petrov has run right off the road at turn 4 just after taking the lead from Jenson Button. And now the McLaren driver is all over his rear wing. But as I was saying, it'll be Enstone's first victory since Japan. Oh, and Petrov sideways out of turn 5. Every time I try and say what I'm saying, Petrov makes a mistake. But now he's pushing to try and recapture the lead from Jenson Button. He's going on the inside through turn 9, just about avoids a massive crash, but stays in second. He backs out of it, and probably for the best. And now round the outside into turn 10. Now he's trying to take the first victory for the Enstone team, who were formerly Renault. He cuts the corner. He's going to have to give that place back. And he does. No, he doesn't. No, he hasn't. Petrov hasn't given the place back. Oh, no, he didn't actually cut it. No, there was one wheel on the track, so he doesn't have to give the place back. That's fair enough. But he's trying to get the first victory for the Enstone team since Japan 2008. So that's one race after Singapore, where the crash. And now Jenson Button with the DRS retakes the lead. Does he? Petrov still putting up a fight, and Jenson Button leads this race. So through turn 3 once again, Petrov all over that McLaren. It really is an exciting race. And now Petrov on the inside for turn 4. And Jenson Button just driving calmly around the outside and keeps the lead. Petrov now inside at turn 5, but Button has recaptures the line. Petrov offline through there. And now through turn 7. And it happens again, Petrov, and he's on the gravel. Button pushes him onto the gravel. So Petrov now, and he's gone straight on at turn 9 as well. Has Petrov chewed his tyres already? There, Petrov, now he hasn't, because he's right inside Jenson Button and retakes the lead from miles back. He sent an absolute missile up the inside of Jenson Button at turn 10, but he's run right off the road and into the gravel. Turn 12, he's into the gravel, and now Button is all over him and could take the lead here. Petrov has the inside for the first part of the chicane, and he keeps the lead, just about holding on. Running wide at the final corner and onto the start-finish straight. Button will have the DRS yet again. What a race this is. There, Petrov trying to move over to unnerve Jenson Button. And now Petrov is on the inside, but Button has the speed and just swoops around the outside. Through turn 3, Petrov is looking all over the place. Every single corner now. He's trying to regain the lead. He wants his first Grand Prix victory, and he goes inside at turn 4. Has he done it? No, he hasn't. Button retakes that lead. There, and now he goes inside at turn 5, but he can't do it again. And now turn 7, and this time he has the lead, and yes he does. He has the lead through 7, and he moves over to ensure Jenson Button doesn't retake. He's allowed one move and then back onto the racing line, giving at least one car's width. But now look at Button coming into turn 10 on the inside. Petrov gives him space, too much space, and Button retakes that lead. What a race this is. Absolutely incredible. And now Petrov retakes the lead from Button again. This is an incredible fight. I haven't seen anything like this in quite a few years. Petrov very slow out of the chicane. That's going to put Button into the DRS zone. And in fact, Button's going alongside before they even get to the DRS activation point. The rear wing opens and Petrov moves right over now. They bang wheels, but Button is ahead now. Petrov steams down the inside and goes straight on at turn 1. Avoiding 2 of the speed bumps. That's, well, 2 out of 3 ain't bad, I suppose. Then now he's dropped straight into the clutches of Sebastian Vettel once again. There's Button ahead, as we rode on board there very briefly with Vitaly Petrov. So now he's sandwiched between, he's the meat in that sandwich of 2 reigning champions. Button, 2009 champion. Vettel, 2010 champion. And now he's all over the back of Button. He runs wide through 7. That hampers him all the way through 8 and 9 and all the way down to 10. Through 9, Kamsa corner. A massively fast corner. Now he's on the outside of Jenson Button and sweeps around the outside. But Button has the inside for the next corner. 11 through 12. Petrov's on the inside. And Button just holds on. Just about. But now into 13. And Petrov is fighting like a man possessed. They bang wheels on the exit of the chicane through the final corner. Petrov is well and truly in that 1 second to open his rear wing. Now, there he puts 2 wheels on the grass. And he's back in front of the Frome Flyer. There, but he's locked up and gone straight on it for the 2nd consecutive lap, avoiding the speed bumps. He's going to be right. There he is, Vettel, now with a chance at 2nd place. But Vettel really wants this 2nd place, but not as much as Petrov wants the win. There he's right back with Jenson Button. Has a look on the inside. No, he can't, but he's going to have the inside for 7. No, he doesn't. Now he pulls out onto the inside. Button has the racing line and just sweeps past him as Petrov is hung out to dry. Through Kamsa corner, not an overtaking opportunity. I think Petrov's established that one already. And now on the outside into 10. Can he go for it around the outside? He's tried that move a couple of times. Button has the inside for 11. They bang wheels through 11 and Petrov has it into 12. But he runs wide onto the gravel and Button has the lead again. They touch wheels again. And now and they hit each other yet again. Petrov is all over the McLaren. He's inside that 1 second once again. And now so is Sebastian Vettel. Now that rear wing opens. And I can't really see there. Vettel having a look. And look at this wheel-to-wheel stuff. Now they touch yet again. And Petrov really getting the hammer down as he tries to pass Button for the lead of the Spanish Grand Prix. Now he runs very wide at turn 3, so he probably messed up his front tyres now. These Pirelli tyres very easy to wear out. And it wouldn't surprise me if Petrov has worn them completely out by all the locking up. And there's another one at turn 5 trying to go past Jenson Button. There they touch wheels and that was completely unnecessary from Petrov. Sent Button sideways slightly on the run from 5 to 7. 6 isn't actually a corner, it's a kink. And Petrov runs very wide and goes down the escape road at 9 again and gets so sideways on the exit. There he's now on the inside of Button. They hits the side pod of Jenson Button. There he has the inside for 11, but he's on the outside for 12, and that is no way he's getting through that. But in fact he has. He has got past Jenson Button. Through the chicane once again. And Petrov really going for it. But Button will have the DRS. Now. There, and Petrov really trying to unnerve that McLaren driver. But Jenson Button won't budge. And Petrov just holds on round the outside. He forces Button to reconsider. Which is good stuff from these three. And Petrov running slightly less wide at turn 3. There, and now he goes inside at turn 4. Vitaly Petrov inside at 4, but Button... Oh, and they bang wheels. And now Petrov's inside Button again at turn 5. And they bang wheels, and they're all incredibly desperate. The top 3 all have a chance to win this race, and Petrov goes inside at 7. Thinks better of it, and just as well. And he has a look around the outside of Kamsa corner, makes it around the corner this time. Vettel having a look, but now Petrov having a look for the lead. And this is the last lap here. There's only a few corners to go. The Petrov swarming around, it's all over and he's inside Jensen Button. Vitaly Petrov is in the gravel. Vitaly Petrov in the gravel, and now he's got to fight, and now he runs very wide, now he goes inside Jensen Button. Can he do it? He's on the final lap. There's only one corner to go. Petrov swoops around the outside of Jensen Button to take his first Grand Prix victory at the Spanish Grand Prix. Petrov wins from Button, Vettel, Hamilton, Webber, Massa, Rosberg and Nick Heidfeld 8th. An incredible Spanish Grand Prix. Absolutely breathless finish. Alonso 9th, Perez 10th, Schumacher 11th, Alguersuari 12th, Buemi was 13th, Paul Di Resta 14th, Maldonado 15th, Sutil 16th, Barrichello 17th, Kobayashi 18th, Kartikayan impressing in 19th, D'Ambrosio 20th, Kovalainen 21st, Trulli 22nd, Liuzzi 23rd and Glock down in 24th. Well, what a race that was. No penalties given, and Massa's front wing or Rosberg's front wing being broken by Vitaly Petrov earned him no penalties at all. Massa finished well clear of Alonso, which meant that Ferrari couldn't make him slow down.